Welcome to Rev Sports. I'm Gargi Raut. We're down to the final ODI between India and New Zealand. It's the series decider. India wins the first one, New Zealand the second. And over the course of the next 1 hour, we will be taking you throughout the past two matches, discussing on what went wrong, what went right, what could be the playing 11 for the next today's match. And of course, joining me for this chat is Shomik Chakrabarti and Bharat Ramraj. Shomik, you're there in
At what?
Nag-
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, you're there in Indore. Sorry, I'm getting the venue wrong still. Am I?
yeah.
Where are you?
No, no, no. Indore. I'm not in Indore, Gargi. I am in Bombay only. I am in Bombay only. We
Okay.
are. I am at Wankhede. In fact, I am at Wankhede and on an assignment. So doing it from just outside Wankhede. I mean, from Wankhede Car Park. In fact,
Okay, okay. No, for some reason I thought you were in Indore. You had traveled
no,
overnight, but that's not
no. My. I mean, I'd be traveling tomorrow actually to Nagpur.
Nagpur. Yes, of course. So you'll be there for the first T20I. As of now,
Mm.
Shomik is not in Indore. I was mistaken. But at the same time, Shomik, you were there for the past two matches. The way that you've seen this, playing 11 come together, because we've had multiple injuries so far in the Indian camp. We've had Washington Sundar being ruled out, and then Rishabh Pant as well. So that changed a few things. Ayush Badoni was brought in, not in the playing 11 yet. Nitish Kumar Reddy got his chance in the playing 11 in the last game. How are you seeing today's playing 11 shape up, Shomik?
See, one change is pretty much straightforward, and I think the team management shall do it. One is that bringing on Arshdeep Singh for Prashit Krishna. That is the pace bowling part. But in terms of balance, you have Ayush Badoni. The selectors have included Ayush Badoni in the squad. Now, the team management seemingly is not confident enough to play him. At least they are not confident enough to play him in the in the Rajkot game. Now, whether they are still confident, and after the match, Rant and Oshkata admitted, and it was my question, if India were a spinner shot, and he admitted that India were a spinner shot on a slow pitch. So, whether I mean now. Ayush Badoni is with the squad for another couple of days. So whether the team management is confident enough to field him, that we need to see. Otherwise, the only option you have is Nitish Kumar Reddy as a seam bowling all rounder. That is his job profile. Seam bowling all rounder, a seam bowling all rounder whom his captains don't trust as far as bowling is concerned. Because across formats, we have seen at the Guwahati Test, Rishabh Pant was the captain, stand-in captain. Shubman Gill was not there. Rishabh Pant didn't was reluctant to give him a ball. Last match also, Shubman Gill was the captain, and he was sort of reluctant to give Nitish Kumar Reddy a ball. So his bowling, the captains don't trust his bowling. That is to start with. As regards his batting, he had an opportunity to um, stitch a partnership with KL Rahul, who was batting brilliantly at the other end, and all he needed was there to complement him. He played a cameo, scored 20 runs, and got out at the wrong time. Post-match, Tendoshkar said that he had that opportunity, and we have been giving Nitish Kumar Reddy chances to perform, but he is not turning up. In the sense, in as regards performance, he's not turning up. So there is a clear hint that the team management had started losing faith in Nitish Kumar Reddy. So you are caught between a rock and a hard place, whether to play Nitish Kumar Reddy or whether to field a Cal or Ayush Badoni um, in a series decider. And New Zealand, two things. One, first, New Zealand have never won an ODI series in India. They have never won an ODI series in India. And India, for the last 2.5 years, haven't won an ODI series at home. So a couple of things are at stake. And given that, in terms of the balance of the side, there are question marks.
Bharat, it seems like a long, long time that we've been trying to figure out what the balance of the side is. We thought it was always about batting deep. It was always about left-right combination. But at this point, ahead of the World Cup, I know this is an ODI format, but at the same time, we still have some questions in T20Is as well. But how are you looking at today's game? How are you seeing the playing 11 shape up?
Yeah, more than the playing 11, if I am the captain of or the coach of the Indian team, I would be worried about my two spinners. In these conditions, if you have to win a ODI, you have to win an ODI series, then you need your spinners to do well. I think that is where the problem is with this team, at least in the second match. As I noted, Ravindra Jadeja just bowled. Basically, I don't want to use such bad words, but he just basically bowled slow left arm nothing. And Kuldeep Yadav was not much better. And that is where I think India lost the game. So the spinners have to really do well. The spinners have to improve in these conditions. It's the spinners who come in and take the wickets because even the second game, I think the three pace bowlers did their job in relation to what they were expected to do in those conditions because all of them went at under 6 runs per over and all of them I think except Siraj took at least one wicket. So not sure what else you want your paces to do. So if the spinners do better, I think India have a better chance of winning this series. Yes, there are some other question marks in the batting department. Obviously, some fans who talk about Rohit Sharma not doing really well in the recent matches. Yes, I won't say he's been out of form, but yes, some would talk about his strike rate or on those lines. But I think in one day cricket, see, I don't have an issue with him in one day cricket. At some point of time, is definitely going to return to form. I don't see much wrong in his batting. So in those conditions, the kind of conditions that we saw in the second game, though I think did make a presence felt, little bit of presence felt in the second game, second innings. But I still feel the game was lost because in the Indian spinners were very ineffective. So in the conditions that we have seen at Vadodara, the conditions that we have seen in west of India, or for the matter in Nagpur or wherever, you expect your spinners to do much better than what we are seeing from those two in the recent past.
Shomik, what are your thoughts when it comes to Rohit Sharma? I know you spoke about him when we spoke about, Ryan Tendoshkate's statement on Rohit Sharma, but at this point, do you see worry creeping in or no? You are not concerned about Rohit Sharma at all.
No, 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 Gargi, I'm not concerned about Rohit Sharma. Rohit Sharma, the way he pulled, you saw the pull shot he played in Baroda. See, the first two matches were played on pitches where the new ball did a bit, and it was not quite the surface as indoor might be the one full of runs, a complete belter. But the first two matches where the new ball did a bit, and the New Zealand seamers bowled very well. So from that point of view, Rohit Sharma decided to take time, but those two matches were not in a they were not in case, I mean, that we cannot take them in isolation, because if we go back to the home series against South Africa, yes, given Rohit Sharma's range, he would always end up, if he play is a substantial knock, he would always end up with a healthy strike rate. But what we have seen over the last 4 or 5 matches, that Rohit, this is sort of the pre 2023 Rohit Sharma. He has gone back to that vintage when he used to do a slow burn. I mean, taking time up front, then setting up his innings, upping the ante gradually, and then exploding at the depth. And that way, he scored more than 9,000 runs and three double hundreds in this format. Once the 2023 World Cup came, we saw Rohit Sharma in a new avatar. He would go gung ho right from the word go. The first game, if you remember, against Australia, he got out for a duck. In the next two games against Pakistan and Afghanistan, he finished the matches inside power plays. I mean, that was Rohit Sharma. He was ready to sacrifice his wicket for the sake of the team. Come what may, he will go. I mean, he will go full throttle right from the outset. And that Rohit Sharma led from the front and led by example to give India a changed ODI batting template. a complete different intent and complete different intensity, a complete different tempo. Now things have changed. Um, Rohit Sharma, all said and done, we all know he will have to perform because if you go back to Ajit Agarkar's press conference before the Australia series in Ahmedabad, and I was there, Ajit Agarkar name checked Jasasi Jaiswal. That Jasasi Jaiswal is there, and we know how good he is. And Jasasi Jaiswal, whenever he is getting chances, even the last ODI in South Africa, he played, he scored 100. So Jasasi Jaiswal is that good. So Rohit Sharma, it is not that Rohit Sharma will have to perform. Yes, he is India's first choice opener along with Shubman Gill in this format. But he needs to keep performing. Maybe, maybe that is playing a little bit on the back of his mind. And that's why he is trying to play it a little safe. So, but again, Rohit Sharma, I'm not judging him by a couple of cameos because in those two matches, in the first two matches, at the end of the day, even in the first game in Baroda, he ended up with although he scored 24 or 25, his strike rate was 89. But if you look at the first 15 balls in those two games, in the first game, he scored 8 of the first 15 he faced. In the second game, 9 of the first 15. But even Shubman Gill at the other end also made a slow start. So let's see what happens. It is too early to judge or too early to come to a conclusion whether Rohit Sharma has got, has changed, has made a conscious effort to change his batting template or to change his batting approach. Sorry, Rand and Doskata feels he is struggling for timing or rather touch a bit because he's a touch player and he needs to play more between series. Now Rohit played two Vijay Hazare Trophy matches. If it were another cricketer, we could have argued. But then again, in case of Rohit Sharma or Virat Kohli, I think they are the best judge of their preparations. So you cannot counter Rohit saying that that should be your this is the right template for your preparation coming into the series. Rohit Sharma knows. I think it is still too early, and I am expecting a big knock from Rohit this game because traditionally, indoor pitches have been belters, and if it is like that today also, we might see Rohit Sharma, a gung ho Rohit Sharma, right from the word go.
Absolutely, and Rohit's streak at Indore has been very good. He scored a lot of wickets, scored a lot of runs on this wicket. So expecting some big runs from Rohit Sharma's bat tonight. But the next topic that I really wanted to talk about, it's digressing from the India New Zealand series a little bit, is of course RCB coming back to Chinnaswamy Stadium. So the Karnataka government has now confirmed that Chinnaswamy Stadium will reopen for the IPL and IPL matches coming up in this season of the IPL, and of course, it's now deemed safe to hold international matches as well. So Karnataka government has confirmed it. Bharat, how are you looking at this whole ordeal? Because the fans are not taking this lightly. Because obviously, those 11 deaths, those 50 injuries still haunt the Bangalore fans. But what are your thoughts about this?
That will always be a black mark, not just in relation to Chinnaswamy Stadium, but also with regard to the administrators, whoever it is, took the decisions to hold that particular event on the very next day that Royal Challengers Bangalore went on to win the IPL. I don't want to digress too much into it. But yes, the last few months, a lot of discussions have taken place ever since Venkatesh Prasad led KCA came into power. That they have been discussing a lot with the Honorable Chief Minister as well as the Deputy Chief Minister, Mr. D.K. Shikumar. Yeah, yes, there were reports that the matches would be held at the Chinnaswamy Vijay Hazare Trophy matches involving Delhi. But at the last minute, maybe the police authorities didn't give the permission. That is why those matches were not held. So from that perspective, Bangalore's fans, it's good to see that. the matches would be held at the Chinnaswamy, the IPL matches. Yes, RCB franchise have proposed AI-based high-tech technology cameras, high-tech cameras, so that they can manage the crowd, they can discipline the queues, as well as monitor real-time monitoring of exit and entry points at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. So that is something that RCB franchise have suggested, recommended. And on the other side, there I think whatever little I know based on my sources, there are still negotiations going on whether all seven matches of all seven RCB matches will be held at this venue this year. A couple of matches, who knows, could be still shifted to another venue. There is a thinking school of thought that five matches would be held here and a couple of matches could be held at some other venue. So there are still negotiations going on, but at the moment, it look 99.99%. It looks like the RCB, at least some of the RCB's matches this year will be held at Chinnaswamy Stadium.
Shomik, how are you looking at these developments? I think Shomik. Okay, there he is. He had to move his place. But Shomik, how are you looking at this development of cricket returning to the Chinnaswamy Stadium? You're on mute.
Yeah, I'm still not convinced, Gargi. I mean, that press release which came to everyone yesterday, that is fine. But if you look into the second para of that press conference, subject to the clearance from the authorities and all, it is mentioned. What I saw, or what we saw, just only last month, Virat Kohli's Delhi was supposed to play at Chinnaswamy, and they even had a couple of practice sessions at Chinnaswamy. And then also, the state government, Venkatesh Prasad, Sujit Samsundar, and others, they had a meeting with the state government, and they were given the clearance to hold that match at Chinnaswamy with a rider, subject to the clearance from the authorities and police. And eventually, the police permission didn't come, and the match had to be moved to the COE, BCCI COE. So until the first ball is bowled at Chinnaswamy, I am keeping my fingers crossed, and I am not convinced. Let the match happen, and only then I will believe that the Chinnaswamy would be hosting an IPL game.
All right. I mean, it's still quite complicated because I don't think any of us are quite convinced with what's going on there. But let's come back to the cricket a little bit. How do you think this affects RCB, Bharat Ramraj? They'll be happy to come back to Chinnaswamy, not Pune or Raipur. Bharat, Bharat, can you hear me? I don't think Bharat is able to hear me, but
Yeah, okay,
Bharat,
just can you come again? Just can you come again? Yeah.
yes, I was asking how do you think this affects RCB coming back to Chinnaswamy and not Pune or Raipur?
Yeah, see, in terms of, no, I couldn't exactly get the question. Maybe you are saying that if the venues are shifted, yeah, if the venues are shifted, they still would get a lot of fans. That is for 100% sure, because
No, no, no,
RCB.
no. I'm asking how do you think coming cricket coming back to Chinnaswamy Stadium? How does that affect RCB? They'll be happy to come back to Chinnaswamy and not
You
go
see,
to Pune or Raipur.
yeah, some ways they should be happy, although there is still a thinking school of thought that maybe RCB's management is still thinking whether they should whether they should be playing at Chinnaswamy for all that happened last year. That is what I'm getting. Maybe that's a small. Maybe in the management, a few of them are thinking on those lines. But having said that, I think they will be happy to come back and play at the Chinnaswamy because it has been home ground for so long, and in these conditions, it also works for them. The kind of cricket they end up playing, some of the players that they have, they tend to like playing in these conditions. They can play on the up and hit through the line. So RCB management, RCB's coaching staff definitely will be happy to play at this particular stadium with the kind of crowd support also they get. Though, as I just noted, even if they play in Raipur, even if they play in Navi Mumbai, even if they play in Pune, I'm 110% sure a lot of RCB fans will come in and fill the stadium. A lot of fans will come there too. But definitely, they'll be pleased to come back and play at the Chinnaswamy Stadium.
While we are on this topic, we'll also, sort of talk about BCB, ICC, what's going on over there. We know that BCB sort of offered Cricket Ireland to switch their groups, but Ireland obviously have very, very, loyal fans. They've obviously, it's a logistically impossible move to sort of switch.
Gargi, I have never in my life, as 30
Yeah.
years as a cricket correspondent, I have never heard a proposal like this, a group swap. I mean, it is not. They need to understand that this is a World Cup and not the Khulna Challenge Shield. So the fact of the matter is that you just cannot swap the group like that, because why would Ireland accept to such a proposal? I mean, rather, accede to such a proposal. Why would Ireland say yes? Why would they nod in the affirmative? Because there all the plannings have been done, considering that they would be playing in Sri Lanka. They have sort of started the conditions there in Sri Lanka, the venues they would be playing in Sri Lanka, and they have, they have picked the squad accordingly. And their entire training process, everything is considered. That has been drawn up, considering that there would be those particular venues in Sri Lanka. That is from the team's point, and that is from the team's perspective, and which is very, very important. And now come the fans who would be who have booked their tickets for Ireland matches, and Ireland have a strong fan base, so they have booked their tickets. I mean, we would be watching for a month, or for 15 days, for a fortnight. We would be holidaying in Colombo and would be watching cricket in between. And that is their plan. And they have done their itinerary in such a way. Now, Bangladesh, the BCB, are saying swap the group, give Ireland, bring Ireland to our group, and let us go to Group B. I think Group B. Let us go to Group B, and we play all our matches in Sri Lanka. This is not Khulna Challenge Shield. This is World Cup we are talking about. And it doesn't happen like this. Simple as that.
What about you, Mohit? How are you looking at this? Because we know that Ireland will not swap with the Bangladesh at this moment. How do you see this playing out? Because honestly, it's a very uh, perplexing issue at this point.
I don't know what kind of a recommendation it is because I don't think any team, any country will accept such a proposal because, first of all, it's in another country. So you are asking you are asking Ireland players to not play there but play in another country. It doesn't really make sense. Doesn't really make sense from fans' point of view either. And this is a World Cup. This is this is not some gully cricket league or Banshankari cricket league or Kolkata cricket league uh, where you can switch groups like that or switch matches like that. It just doesn't really make sense. Maybe they are desperate. What I can gather from that kind of suggestion is that the BCB or someone in the BCB, they're quite desperate to ensure that Bangladesh's matches are shifted over to Sri Lanka. Perhaps they have a lot of pressure coming from the government or the caretaker government that uh, they don't allow Bangladesh to play their matches in India. So on those lines, that could be a case. Because this seems like a very disparate kind of proposal that you're putting across, where the chances of it maybe where the chances of it being accepted are less than, who knows, maybe 1%.
It is it bewildered me when I first heard about the fact that BCB is offering to switch, not offering, but asking to switch with Ireland. That's, I wouldn't accept that. And obviously, Ireland have denied from what we've heard what we've heard from reporters in Ireland. But let's go to our comment section and read some of the questions here.
Gargi,
Yes.
before you go to the comment section, and one more thing. I am appalled at the temerity of the BCB guys to propose, to even come with this proposal that swap our group with our Ireland. You and Ireland, Bangladesh and Ireland have equal status in the ICC. Both are full member nations. We are not talking about an associate here. Ireland is also a test nation. Ireland is also a full member nation. So it is the height of temerity that you are even proposing this, you are even suggesting this. Why? You don't have the courage to ask, swap our group with Australia. Could you do that? You didn't do that.
Yeah.
So you are, yeah, yeah. So you didn't say to the ICC, swap our group with Australia. Let Australia come to our group, and we are going to Australia's group. You didn't, and Australia are also in Group B, right? So
Yeah.
you didn't say that. You said Ireland. So I'm appalled at the temerity. How can you undermine Ireland, because there is no difference between you and Ireland. Ireland, in fact, have produced a World Cup winning captain, although he played for England. Although he played for England, but Ireland have produced a World Cup winning captain. You have to keep in mind. And besides, Ireland, they are a full member nation, equal status holder, uh, as, as like the BCB, Bangladesh Cricket Board. So I am totally appalled at the temerity.
You talk about the fact that Ireland holds the same position as BCB in the ICC system, but I'm thinking if BCB went on to ask an associate nation, that would be even worse. That would be even worse because you're asking a country that is ranked below you in the ICC system to swap places with them. It almost seems like bullying an associate
Yeah.
nation, but yeah, and it's quite bewildering what BCB has done and the things that they are doing to sort of make it seem like the ICC or the BCCI will bow down in front of them. Fortunately, BCCI hasn't said a word since the first thing happened, since Mustafizur Rahman was asked to be released. Ever since then, we haven't heard from BCCI at all on this topic, and it's not their place because conversations are on between ICC and BCB. We know that an official also has visited Bangladesh, so let's see what comes out of this. From my perspective, I don't think BCB has any other option but to come to India and play or forfeit, which I don't think they have the financial means of affording a fine at this point. So they will
Yes,
have to.
because if it's not only about the forfeiting points, they will miss out on the appearance fee, participation fee, and they
Yes.
will miss out on their share of prize money also. That is the short term consequence. Long term, their revenue share from the ICC central pool, which is 4.47% for the current right cycle, and they get around $26.7 million annually as per their revenue share. It is related to part. There is a participation clause, and that revenue share is related to that participation clause. If Bangladesh are not coming here, because if there were a genuine security threat, they would have had a chance. There is no, and ICC and the ICC communique that has been sent to the BCB after reviewing the security situation, that said the security threats are nil, and I quote, nil to very negligible. And that is the case for every venue in the world, nil to very negligible. So they don't have a valid security ground. And even after that, if they are not coming, they are breaching the participation clause, which in turn will affect or should affect their revenue share from the ICC central pool. So, I mean, it's a lose-lose situation for Bangladesh. I hope better sense will prevail, and they will come and play their matches in Calcutta and
Yeah,
Bombay.
absolutely.
And once
So
again, when there have been a suggestions, let move our matches from Calcutta to Bombay to Chennai and Trivandrum to Kerala. But then again, that is BCCI or the ICC is not going to do that. And that their sports advisor, that this Mr. Nazrul, he said, no, we are talking about India, not about a particular city in India. We are talking about India. So this is, I mean, it
next level.
defies logic, Gargi. It defies logic.
It does defy logic. And Rupesh Kumar is asking why BCCI not in front foot, because it's not BCCI's matter to handle. It is ICC's matter to handle. Anything that BCB will have to convey, they will convey to the ICC, not the BCCI. BCCI will not say come to our country or don't come to our country. It is not their prerogative to at this point look after. But looking at a few comments here, let's take some of them. Let's take this one. ICC should not tweak the groups of the World Cup, and Bangladesh should come to India, or else this will be the request from each and every country. Time and ICC will not, from what we've heard so far, ICC is not keen on changing, changing the swapping the groups. Neither is Ireland. So let's be clear on that. BCB will have to come to India and play. Fitmonk is saying ICC events have become mockery in the last few years, and we are hoping to become to make cricket a global sport. Self-interest is above fans' emotions. No wonder why FIFA is the best organization. Bharat, your take on this?
Not sure we can compare both. See, first of all, football is very much a global sport. Cricket is not there. It so happens in cricket, a lot of, I think, the best countries or some of the best countries are coming from the subcontinent, are coming from Asia. But the same countries, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, you hardly see them in football. It so happens that cricket is very, very popular in a subcontinent, so it will be used as a what can we say? It will be used as a kind of way to when it comes to geopolitics. Every board will try to use cricket as a way to get something out of it, and that is what is happening. Not just cricket board, even a country's government is trying to use it. So that's the difference between football and cricket. Football is a global sport. Secondly, in football, you hardly see subcontinental countries going out there and playing in the World Cup. No one, I think, plays obviously, and that is where the difference is. Because in when it comes to cricket, it's very much centric towards subcontinent, and in subcontinent, governments will use cricket as a way to get something out of it. That's what is basically happening with the geopolitics here. So I think you can't compare cricket and football. Even in football, if in an imaginary sense, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and all, or India, Pakistan, Bangladesh were playing the Football World Cup, and it was a very big sport in these countries, then there would have been problems with the FIFA World Cup as well, because all these three nations, three, four nations would have tried to use football as well to get something out of it.
Let's take some more comments. Web of Taraki is saying ICC authority is also on stake. They must announce officially that no swapping happening. Okay. What more? What more on this topic? I don't think there's anything else. But let's talk about the playing 11 today. A lot of questions on Prasidh Krishna. Nitish Kumar Reddy, obviously, sports fan here, is saying if Prasidh doesn't play today, will he be dropped in the next series or will he still be persisted with? What are your thoughts, Shomik?
Gargi, next series is in the summer in England, so conditions will be entirely different. So we have to see. We have to see. The fact of the matter is that there are a couple of things. One is that the changed playing conditions, that you are using just one ball from 34 overs onwards, from the 34th over onwards. Earlier, it used to be 25 overs each, two new balls from both ends, and 25 overs each. Here, you are using just one ball from the 34th over onwards. So, towards the later half of the innings, reverse swing is coming into play. Now, the selection committee has, it is almost clear, it is all but clear that the selection committee has decided to move on from Mohammad Shami, which is which also once again defies logic. But because any day of the week, even now, Mohammad Shami is a better bowler than Prashid Krishna. Then there is someone like Akashdev, but there have been Akashdev is someone who struggles with the older ball. He is basically a new ball bowler. He struggles with the older ball. So that there is a point. So in England, conditions would be different. We have to see, because there it's still 6 months away. So, and also you have to keep in mind the next World Cup will be played in South Africa. where also conditions will be different. There will be some extra bounce. Maybe the selectors are backing Prashit Krishna because of his height. He is able to extract that extra bounce from the deck. But the problem with Prashit Krishna is he is he is no spring chicken. He made his first class debut in 2015, and in 2017, 2 years later, he made his listed debut. He is a veteran. And Prashit Krishna, I mean, he stays a prisoner of his inconsistency. There have been odd good deliveries, and but then again, he's too, I mean, way too inconsistent. That is his biggest problem. And number two is, once again, because of his inconsistency, you cannot trust him, especially when a game is tight, when a game is entering the business end. So from that point of view, but then again, you don't have another one who can bowl at 140. There are some attributes to Prashit Krishna's bowling because he can touch 140. There are not many bowlers in Indian cricket who can touch 140. But if you look at as an overall package, Prashit Krishna is too one dimensional. First of all, as a bowler, he is way too inconsistent. Secondly, he is a mug with the bat, and he is one of the weakest fielders in the side. His drop catch became very crucial. He dropped Darrell Mitchell on 80 in the last game, and that was sort of the of a turning point because Darrell Mitchell went on to win the match for New Zealand. So here that it was a fairly regulation catch. All the while, it was looking that he was going to drop it because you cannot. He's not a safe catcher or a safe fielder, and he is a mug with the bat. If we come to Arshdeep Singh, in terms of economy rate, also he swings the ball, and overall he is a better package because he does bat a bit, he can bat a bit, and he is a decent fielder. He's not a gun fielder, but he is a decent fielder. But then again, once you have decided to move on from Shami, you it is it is not it is difficult rather to uh, to select Akashdeep in this format, as unless he is improving his depth of his bowling or his bowling with the older ball, then you don't have another one beyond Prashit Krishna. He has to be in the mix, and we hope that
Yeah,
gradually. So far, there is no improvement, but gradually we hope there would be some improvements.
definitely. And some more
Can I just a couple of
questions.
points? Can I just add a couple
Yeah.
of points on the situation? See, in Indian conditions, not exactly sure what exactly a pacer should do. In the last match, he went for something like 48 runs in 9 overs at a run rate of around 5 runs per over. That's the most you can expect from a pace bowler. It's a marginal selection, Arshdeep Singh and Prasidh Krishna in one-day cricket. In T20I cricket, I can definitely agree that Arshdeep Singh is far, far better than other bowler. But in one-day cricket, not very sure what exactly a pace bowler should do. Even Siraj went for 5 runs per over. Harshit Rana went almost at 6 runs per over in the last game. That is what you expect in these conditions for a pace bowler. For a pace bowler to pick up a wicket or two and maybe go at around 6 runs per over, 5.6 runs per over. So I think the selectors, even if they look beyond Prasidh, they're definitely keen on one thing. That's what I've seen. They will definitely keep picking tall, hit the deck bowlers. So if it is not Prasidh, it could be Gurnur Barar or someone else. But definitely considering the conditions in South Africa, I think Prasidh has a good chance of making it to that India World Cup squad because Indian selectors or Indian think tank seem very keen to pick tall hit the pitch bowlers. So even if you look at the India A sides, they're picking only tall hit the deck bowlers because they're looking at the 2027 World Cup in South Africa.
Shomik, there's someone asking about Nitish Kumar Reddy as well. S20, no, that's an S, right? Yes, S21U9R. If you believe Nitish is not doing anything, then why are you taking him into the playing 11 and not giving enough overs to bowl? How can he prove if you want to see him as a future all rounder, then give him enough chances?
Yeah, that is the conundrum. That is the real conundrum. The squad is picked by the selectors, and the playing 11 is picked by the team management. Now it is clear that the selectors want Nitish Kumar Reddy to be part of the squad, but the team management, or rather the captain, doesn't have enough faith in his bowling. So therein lies the conundrum. Um, yes, and Gargi, I think you were there when whether it was Rant and Doshkata or Gautam, either of them had said we will want to. Nitish Kumar Reddy is a long-term project, and we
It was
want to groom
Gautam.
him. Gautam. Gautam
Yeah.
said we want to groom him as an all-rounder. And 4 5 months down the line, his assistant Rant and Doshkata is saying that we are giving him chances, but he is not utilizing them. He is not showing up. So it suggests that the team management is gradually, maybe it the team management is losing faith in Nitish Kumar Reddy. So uh, that is one area, because at this moment in time you have to play him. You have to play him in the sense that if you don't play him, take this game only. The series decided. If you don't play Nitish Kumar Reddy, you have to play Ayush Badoni. So you have to play a complete rookie. You have to throw him in at the deep end. So, and if that move backfires, you would be at the receiving end of the criticism that how come in a decider you chose someone who had no previous experience of playing international cricket. So it's a very tricky situation, unless until Hardik Pandya is coming back to the ODI setup. Once Hardik Pandya is back, this debate, I mean, this problem will be solved. But once again, Hardik Pandya, you never know when he will break down. Uh, given that, given his injury record, you never know when he will break down, and he has a tendency to break down during big tournaments, be it at the 2023 World Cup or the Asia Cup. He has a tendency of breaking down during big events. So, from that point of view, you need to have someone. So, Nitish Kumar Reddy is one of your options, and another one is Shibham Dubey. I expect, because after the T20 World Cup, India will play a lot more ODIs. At this point in time, I mean, Shibham Dubey is part of the T20I squad and the World Cup squad. So they are not taking chances with Shibham Dubey. But I hope and I believe after the World Cup, they will try Shibham Dubey in the 50 over format as well. And one more thing, Gargi. Yesterday,
Yeah.
I am going back to yesterday's press conference of Mohammad Siraj's press conference. And Siraj was asked whether you would be better off with Arshdeep Singh as your new ball partner. He said, "No, I am very happy with Harshit,
You're
and
right. Yes.
happy the way Harshit has been bowling." See, the fact of the matter is that he played it safe, and I mean, he remained non-committal. I mean, he was politically correct or everything. I mean, he
He's being
didn't
diplomatic.
he was diplomatic. He avoided controversy, but it was never Harshit Rana. Harshit Rana is an automatic pick because he is an all-rounder. He is not being considered as a fast bowler solely as a fast bowler. He is an all-rounder at number 8. He is a and Harshit himself at Baroda told us that the team management has told me that we want to groom you as an all-rounder, and I am doing my stuff that way only at the nets, spending extra hours in batting at the nets. So Harshit Rana, when you talk about the fast bowlers, be it Prashit Krishna, Arshdeep Singh, or whoever else, Harshit Rana doesn't fit into that category. He is into the all-rounder category, and he is an automatic pick. He will be there. He will be there. But
Yeah.
the question is whether, along with Siraj in this game, whether you play Prashit Krishna or Arshdeep Singh. I think, I believe they should play Arshdeep Singh. But once again, Gautam Gambhir, Subman Gill, they have a mind of their own. Let's see what happens.
Bharat, how do you see this Nitish Kumar Reddy conundrum playing out? It also then you start thinking of the bowling combination, and when it comes to the Pacers, you start thinking of Prasidh versus Arshdeep. Will it be Arshdeep who gets a chance in the playing 11 today? But two questions for you here. One on Arshdeep Singh. Do you think he makes it to the playing 11 tonight? And the other one is obviously about Nitish Kumar Reddy, because it's a quite a confusing situation that he's in.
Yeah, we'll start with Nitesh Reddy himself. See, the problem with Nitesh Reddy is his skills are not really suited to modern day limited overs cricket. I'm talking about his bowling. You go back in time, take a jog down the memory lane to the 1983 World Cup. If he was bowling with the Dukes, if the ball was swinging around like what it used to in those during those days on grassy pitches during the 1983 World Cup, or for the matter, World Championship of Cricket in 1985, or maybe even the 92 World Cup in the ball. I remember that was the first World Cup I watched live. The ball was swinging around a lot more, the wide Kookaburra, or for the matter, 99 World Cup. Then Nitesh Reddy could have been very, very useful. But we are playing in an era where the wide Kookaburra ball swings for 1 over or 2 overs, and Nitesh Kumar Reddy's main skill is to swing the ball. He bowls a little bit of wobble seam, and is basically bowling after 10 or 15 overs. So that is why I can understand, even from a captain's point of view, he's a little bit apprehensive to give the ball to someone like Nitish Reddy, because his main skill is conventional swing. His main skill is to bowl a little bit of wobble seam, and that really doesn't help on a flat pitch with a wide Kookaburra ball that only swings for 2 overs. So that is the problem that India have. They don't have an all-rounder like Hardik Pandya who bowls that hard length coming in as first change or second change alongside his hitting prowess. He also obviously has variations, but the main factor to look at is he can bowl those defensive hard lengths, and that is where the problem is for the Indian setup. They can look at Shivam Dubey, who is also very tall, bowls that hard length, but we saw in the Asia Cup that after bowling the hard length for 2, 3, 4 overs, he had a back problem after that Asia Cup. So think of him, Shivam Dubey, coming in and hitting the deck hard over 7 or 8 overs. That is why I think the selectors and the management are apprehensive of picking him as well, because ahead of the T20 World Cup, if he has a back problem, back injury, then it will definitely affect the Indian team's balance. So I think that's the problem for Nitesh Reddy. In my humble opinion, from Nitesh Reddy's perspective, it's better if he looks at upgrading his batting prowess, and that will, I think, help him to get into the limited or squads in the future, because I don't think his bowling has much going for him, because he's more of a conventional swing bowler who bowls a little bit of wobble seam. So that is Nitesh Reddy. Second one, I think yesterday itself I explained in one day cricket. I don't know what is the huge difference that I don't see that kind of a difference between Arshdeep Singh and Prasidh Krishna. If you ask me, maybe I will pick Arshdeep Singh because of that left arm angle. But in one day cricket, Prasidh strike rate also is pretty good, 26, 27. And in these conditions, you can't expect a pace bowler to come in and go for 30 runs in 10 overs, because it doesn't happen. It doesn't work out that way because the pitches are very flat. In T20 cricket, Arshdeep Singh is million miles better. But I think in one day cricket, it's a marginal selection between Arshdeep Singh, or in the longer formats, both in Test cricket and one day cricket. I genuinely feel it's a marginal selection between these two. Although, if you ask me, I might think of the left armor, just because he brings that angle into the equation. But I have a gut feeling that as they have given Prasid 2 chances, they might just continue with him for this game and not really risk Arshdeep Singh ahead of the T20 World Cup.
Shomik, freaking awesome here is saying in the current ODI team, there is no real batting after number 5, KL Rahul. Without Hardik at number 6, this batting looks a bit weak. We need a good batter at number 6 so that the top order can play with freedom.
Ravindra Jadeja, I mean, he's struggling to get his mojo back, and that is a problem. Because I seriously, I really expected Ravindra Jadeja to play a long innings in Rajkot. It was his home patch. He knows the conditions like the back of his hand, and he got his eye in. He was building a partnership, a 73-run partnership with KL. And once Jadeja was in his 20s, I never expected him to get out, especially in Rajkot. But sometimes I don't know what is happening. But uh, he is not looking the Ravindra Jadeja of yore, be it bowling, be it the batting. He is still bowling. He is still bowling economically. But I once again, as far as bowling is concerned, I am a bit worried in terms of penetration. He is not looking that penetrative on flatter pitches. So Ravindra Jadeja not scoring runs that makes that lower order or that number six position a bit vulnerable. There is a point in this question. Yes, I will not say becomes very weak, but it becomes a tad vulnerable. Of course, yes, I agree with this.
Bharat, there's a Fitmonk asking in today's era, even the economy of six in ODIs is not bad if you are taking wickets. We are not in the 90s when there was no T20 cricket.
That's the point I just made. One day cricket is played differently. One day cricket is played differently to some other era compared to some other era. When you're thinking about modern day ODI cricket, if you go at 5.5 runs per over in these conditions and taking a wicket or two, then you're doing fine as a pace bowler. In these conditions, the main factors are your spinners. It is your spinners who have to come into the equation and take those 3 4 wickets. A pace bowler is there to maybe take 1 wicket or 2 wickets. If he's going at around 5.56 runs per over, then he's doing a reasonably good job in these conditions. The problem comes into the equation if you're going at some 8 runs per over. So yeah, as I noted, if you want me to go back to Arshdeep Singh versus Prasidh in these conditions, for me, it's a very marginal selection in one-day cricket. I might prefer the left armer just because of that angle, but still, I don't know to what extent a pace bowler can come in here, even if Malcolm Marshall comes back to planet Earth from the heaven and bowls in these conditions. He's also going to get belted for a few fours or sixes because these are really flat pitches and the white Kookaburra ball only swings for 2 overs. That is basically what Deepak Chahar told. I would little bit disagree with Deepak Char because it's sometimes it doesn't feel like 2 overs. It sometimes feels like the white Kookaburra ball swings only for 2 balls these days.
Fitmonk is saying, Shamik sir, what a lovely place you have chosen to report. Tree and greenery around, birds chirping. Perfect for fitness freaks. Um,
Just to make it complete, just bang opposite to me is the Marine Drive and the Arabian Sea. So I'm getting a nice sea breeze also. So it's a double whammy.
I kind of recognize where you are. I think I know where you are. But
Yeah,
there's also a lot of
in
questions,
front of
Shamik.
Binu Mankat Gate. In front of
Yes,
Binu
yes,
Mankat Gate.
got it. I've done many shows from there as well. But yes, a lot of people asking about Ravindra Jadeja. Is it time for Akshar Patel to come in, or do you think another series? Do you see Jadeja possibly making it to the England ODIs?
It's difficult to drop Jadeja. I don't know, but it's difficult to drop Jadeja. Akshar Patel, yes. Akshar Patel going ahead. I think Akshar Patel would be India's first choice spin bowling all rounder in 50 over cricket as well. But just to summarily dismiss or summarily drop Jadeja, it is a bit difficult. So let's see how it pans out. But we all know Jadeja is under a bit of pressure because if you look at his bowling performances over the last 4 5 matches, I think his average is 315 because he has picked only 1 wicket. So his average is around 315, and that's because he hasn't taken wickets. And also as a batsman, he's struggling to force the pace. Jadeja is still very fit, but we have to take into account of the fact that he's 37 years old. So that could be a case also. But all said and done, yes, I know Akshar Patel is going to be India's top prime all rounder in the 50 over cricket also, a la the T20 format. But just summarily dismissing or summarily dropping Jadeja, it's not going to be easy.
And I just had a point about Ravindra Jadeja. See, the problem with Ravindra Jadeja is the last time he scored a 50 in one-day cricket at home, that is at home, was in 2013. So 13 years have happened. The last time he scored a 15 in ODI, I'm talking about ODI cricket, not about Test cricket or T20Is. The last time he scored a 50 in ODI cricket was in 2020. That was against New Zealand just before the COVID time. So basically, he's not scoring runs, and the problem with his bowling, what has happened is he was for a long time darting it too much. Obviously, he was getting turn at pace in Test cricket, but in one-day cricket, you don't get turn at pace. In the last game at Vadodara, it tried to slow it down. It tried to slow down the pace. I was noticing that he was bowling at 82 kilometers per hour, 87 kilometers per hour. But the problem was, okay, he was not getting dip on the batter. He was not getting revs on the ball. So it basically became slow left arm. That's all he was bowling, unfortunately. And that is why I think India have to look past someone like Ravindra Jadeja simply because Akshar Patel brings more to the table as a batter. Is someone I think is a better hitter of the two. And secondly, even if you look at his bowling, he bowls with a round arm action. And in one day cricket, in limited overs cricket, you might just have someone like Akshar Patel over Ravindra Jadeja because of the kind of what can I say, angle that he creates with that slightly round arm action, and he also bowls a little bit of default scramble seam in between that adds up as a variation. So I think Akshar Patel is a better prospect of the two, or the better player of the two, when it comes to limited overs cricket, at least modern day limited overs cricket.
Okay, and we're only 3 minutes away from the toss. Shomik, win toss, bowl first. If you win the toss, what do you think on
Mm,
this wicket? Or would you
indoor,
bat
indoor,
first?
indoor is a bit chilly. What I have
Hmm.
heard from my friends are there. So indoor is a bit chilly, around 15 degrees. Minimum temperature is around 15 degrees. So in the first two matches there was not much dew. Here, dew factor might come into play. So from that point of view, yes, win the toss and bowl first. That's the template. That should be the template here. And in any case, the indoor pitch, if it is a typical indoor pitch, it's not going to change much over the course.
Okay, there's a question for you here, Bharat. True Wicket is asking Nitish Kumar Reddy is not the answer for India's reserve pace bowling all rounders. Who are the options in domestic for this slot?
Yeah, that's the problem I noted. There is no one like Hardik Pandya who can bowl that hard length. That's the problem even in Indian domestic cricket. You'll say some of them will talk about Chintan Gaja, some of them will talk about Trirak, someone will talk about Shivam Dubey. Shivam Dubey has tried to bowl the hard length in the Asia Cup, but I don't think he can bowl 7, 8 overs or 9 overs. Then there is someone like that bowler from Mumbai, Shegde. Yeah, the other one he's a skiddy type of bowler. So there's no one like Hardik Pandya who can bowl that hard length. There are options, as I noted, Chintan Gaja, Prirak, or even Shivam Dubey, that Mumbai all rounder. But there's no one like Hardik Pandya. Unfortunately, India have to somehow manufacture an all-rounder who can seam bowling all-rounder who can bowl that little bit of hard length and in the middle overs. So I think that the closest is kind of Shivam Dubey only in terms of what he does as a 6 feet 4 inch bowler. He was trying to bowl hard length in the Asia Cup, and I think is somewhat close to Hardik Pandya in that respect.
Okay, freaking awesome is saying Hardik can bowl with a good pace as well. Yes, he can. Fitmonk is saying Shramik sir Indore offers one of the best snacks in India. Please have it. He's not in Indore, he's in Mumbai. That's the problem here.
Of course, I will. Next time when I go, I will definitely try it. Thanks for the suggestions. Yes, of course, I will try it. And I am a big fan of snacks wherever. I'm a big fan of junk food actually.
There we go. We know that. We are well aware of that.
Can I just can I just add one point to it? I forgot one more all rounder. Obviously, it's a long shot. That is R.S. Ambrish in India under 19 cricket is currently playing for India under 19. It's a long way away. Let me say that, but he bowls at good pace from what I've seen, 135 to 140 kilometers per hour, and he does bowl a little bit of hard length. And if he improves his batting, maybe in 2 3 years you will be hearing this Ambrish at least in among the fringes of Indian cricket, limited cricket.
All right. Well, the toss should have happened. Let's see if there's an update on this, and then we can see what the playing 11 looks like and then close the show. But no update on the toss as of yet. Have we gotten the no
But
update on
after the toss is done, Gargi will take your prediction in terms of
oh,
percentage.
percentage? It will kind of depend on who's batting first. But I'm just waiting for the playing 11 to drop. I'm just waiting for the media manager to send it in the group, and then we can discuss that and quickly close the show. As of now, nothing on the toss yet either. Okay, why are
You
we
only tell
now?
the playing 11.
Huh?
You only tell the playing 11. I just joked. That's all.
Unfortunately, at this point, whatever we guess is always wrong. They've become unpredictable. You can never tell. Okay, India chose. If New Zealand have won the toss, then how have India chosen to bowl? Guys, your comments are contradicting at this moment. Quickly, let's have a look. Let's have a look.
India have opted to field, it seems. India have opted to field.
India have won the toss.
Yes, India have opted to field.
Okay,
That's
India
what
have
I'm
won
saying.
the toss and opted to field first, so that goes India's way. Good on Shubman Gill here for winning the toss, Jayashree.
Gargi playing 11 has landed on the group because I'm doing the show, so I cannot check the group.
No, no, I'm
If the playing
constantly
11,
checking, but it's not there.
hmm,
It's not there. Sometimes,
okay,
last time, I think last or first, in the second ODI, the media manager sent it as on the dot as soon as the
exactly.
toss.
Yeah, second at Rajkot. Yeah, on
Yes,
the dot.
but
Yeah, yeah.
today we kept waiting. It's a suspense. We don't know what's going on here. Has Shubman Gill perhaps given anything or said anything that hints at the playing 11? Not yet. Nope.
No,
Okay. Yes, I was checking. Left hand toss is working magic for India. Did Shubman Gill really go with his left hand?
Yeah, everyone's
oh, is
favorite
it?
is back. Arshdeep Singh is back.
Okay, Arshdeep Singh is back. He's been so what? Prasid Krishna replaces? Sorry, Arshdeep replaces Prasid Krishna.
That's what I saw. That's what he said. Shubhan Gill said. He's been given one game.
Okay, so Arshdeep Singh has been given one game. Shomik, quick comment on that.
I wrote the copy yesterday only, Gargi. I shared the link with you also. That Arshdeep Singh is a possibility for this thing. I had my sources, so and it is based on, it is reporting. It is not kite flying or anything. It is reporting, and it is about doing the hard yards and making. I mean, gathering information. So that is why I was initially a bit iffy about whether I should say Arshdeep Singh in the headline, to put it in the headline. But I was confident that Arshdeep Singh will play in this game, so I put that in the headline. So Arshdeep Singh is back. 2 games too late.
Okay, freaking awesome is saying India have 100% win record at Indore. India is the only team that has scored 300 plus totals. And now with winning the toss first, Bharat, do you see India heading in as favorites of this match?
So, in Indian conditions, even if you look at some of the Vijay Hazare Trophy games, batting second, it generally is bowling first. You generally get a little, maybe a little bit of help, and can restrict the opponent to a score of 290, 300. So, India, I think, are the favorites. But again, they say the same point. In Indian conditions, you can't expect a pace bowler to come in and take 3 for 40 or 3 for 45 or 4 for 39 overs, because it doesn't happen in these crimes. So I'm not too sure what exactly much different that another pace bowler would bring. Although I think because of the left arm angle, Arshdeep Singh, I would have also picked due to the left arm angle.
Surprisingly, the playing 11 still hasn't dropped. This is, I think,
Could be an
surprising. I
internet
think
issue. Could
could
be
be an
an
internet
internet.
issue.
Certain side, yeah, could be an internet issue. Yes.
But it's there's only one change from what I'm seeing on other websites, etc. Based on what Shubman Gill has said, there's only one change, which is
That
Arshdeep
is
Singh
a
in.
that was always expected, because Arshdeep Singh for Prashit Krishna, that was always expected, because it would be uh, in a decider giving Ayush Badoni a game would have been fraught with risks. So I think, and also another one aspect is that if you are grooming Nitish Kumar Reddy for the 2027 World Cup, you have to play him in those series. If you once Hardik Pandya is back, you will not get any game time. So you have to play him in those series. And once and he got one game. Now if he fails here, that will give the selectors the option to move on from Nitish Kumar Reddy and try someone else.
All right. Well, the series hangs in the balance. Let's see what goes on. How many runs New Zealand can put up on the scoreboard. Whether or not India can restrict them to total can be chased easily. Let's see what happens. Thank you so much, Shomik and Bharat. We'll take your leave for now. We'll be back in the mid innings, so don't forget to join us then. Thank you so much. We'll be back.